This video brings an urgent message about shocking news that's about to break worldwide. What I'm about to share isn't just another prediction or theory. It's a revelation that will change how you see everything happening around you right now. This information has been carefully timed to reach you today, before these events unfold. There's a reason you found this video at this exact moment. Divine guidance has brought you here because you're meant to be prepared when this news finally breaks. Don't click away, because missing this critical information could leave you confused and vulnerable when everyone else is panicking. The shocking news coming in the next few weeks will catch millions off guard, but you won't be among them if you pay attention to what I'm about to reveal. This isn't ordinary news or typical world events. What's coming is a major revelation that will shake the foundations of what most people believe about our current situation. Missing this information means you'll be left scrambling for answers alongside the unprepared masses when this news finally breaks. There's only a limited window before these events unfold for all to see. The countdown has already begun, and preparation time is running out. This message found you specifically because you're someone with the discernment to handle this truth and the wisdom to use it properly. Your discovery of this video isn't random. Jansi, it's a divinely orchestrated moment designed to prepare certain people in advance. You're being positioned to understand what's really happening when others are still processing the initial shock. When this news breaks, most will be caught completely off guard, but you'll recognize it immediately as the fulfillment of what you learned here today. You've felt it, haven't you? That sense that something significant is building beneath the surface of daily events. That intuition that bigger forces are at work than what mainstream sources are discussing. These feelings aren't coincidence or paranoia. They're spiritual discernment. Your growing suspicion that you're not getting the full story about current events is completely justified. The questions you've been asking that others dismiss, they come from a place of genuine insight. The uncomfortable feeling that something major is about to shift in our world, that's real spiritual sensitivity. You've shown courage by continuing to seek deeper truth when others seem content with surface-level explanations. The strange connections you've noticed between seemingly unrelated events reflect your awakening perception. Jesus has seen your search for understanding beyond the obvious narratives. What sets you apart is your willingness to face difficult revelations when most prefer comfortable ignorance. This quality is precisely why you've been led to this information before the shocking news breaks publicly. The shocking news about to emerge involves revelations that will fundamentally change how people understand recent global events. It will appear suddenly in mainstream awareness, but those paying attention have seen it building through seemingly disconnected developments over months. This revelation connects to the strange economic shifts, unusual political decisions, and technological announcements that have seemed oddly timed or inexplicable. It relates to patterns that only make sense when you see the bigger picture that's been deliberately hidden from public view. Most people will be caught completely off guard because they've accepted the authorized narratives without question. But the signs have been there, in the inconsistencies, in the rushed implementations, in the coordinated messaging across different sectors. The revelation bridges multiple areas of life: financial, governmental, technological, and spiritual, in ways few have connected. The window to mentally and spiritually prepare for this disclosure is closing rapidly. When it breaks, the world's attention will focus on nothing else. When you're prepared for this revelation before it happens, you'll experience clarity while others are in confusion. The bewildering events of recent years will suddenly form a coherent pattern as the missing puzzle piece falls into place. Your spiritual discernment is being sharpened right now for exactly this purpose. This advanced awareness gives you a precious advantage, the ability to make calm, informed decisions while others react from fear and surprise. You'll recognize the true significance of this news immediately, seeing beyond the initial interpretations and spin that will surround it. What's happening right now is the awakening of your deeper understanding about the spiritual dimensions behind world events. This represents a significant shift in your perception. The veils that have obscured these connections are being removed from your eyes first. The revelation will confirm what your spirit has sensed, but your mind couldn't fully articulate. This validation of your intuitive knowing will strengthen your trust in the spiritual guidance you've been receiving all along. There's a wave of heavenly attention focusing on individuals who are being prepared for this revelation. You're being spiritually equipped to recognize truth amid confusion, to see clearly while others are blinded by shock or denial. This growing spiritual perception is drawing divine guidance into your daily awareness. Recognizing the signs before this news breaks shows you're developing spiritual eyes that see beyond surface appearances. More insights about interconnected events will come to you as your mind becomes attuned to these patterns. This preparedness isn't happening by chance. It's a carefully arranged blessing for those with hearts open to difficult truths. Your willingness to consider uncomfortable possibilities matters more than you realize. Your refusal to accept simplified explanations creates spiritual receptivity that heaven values deeply. Each step you've taken seeking deeper understanding has developed your capacity to receive this revelation when it comes. Heaven delights when you recognize the patterns it's revealing, especially when you use this knowledge with wisdom and compassion. The timing of this shocking news isn't random. It comes now because certain conditions had to align first. World events have been moving toward this revelation through a carefully orchestrated sequence that few have recognized. Your spiritual readiness to receive this information coincides perfectly with its imminent disclosure. This specific moment in history has been divinely selected for this truth to emerge. Previous generations weren't facing the precise circumstances that make this revelation both necessary and inevitable now. The spiritual climate has shifted to where humanity is ready, even desperately needs, to face this particular truth. All the confusing developments of recent years, the unusual global coordination, the unexplained policy shifts, they've been preparation for what's about to be revealed. This particular disclosure connects to larger spiritual movements happening worldwide that are bringing hidden things to light. The convergence of technology, global systems, and spiritual awakening has created the perfect conditions for this shocking news to emerge with maximum impact. If you're feeling the importance of this warning about coming events, please consider sending a super thanks of $5, $10, or $20 to support our mission of preparing people spiritually for what's ahead. Your generosity helps this critical information reach those who need to be forewarned. When you give, you participate in a sacred exchange that allows us to continue revealing these vital spiritual insights in these pivotal times when preparation is essential. As you become aware of what's about to be revealed, you take on a new spiritual responsibility. This knowledge isn't just for your personal preparation. It positions you to help guide others when confusion and fear strike after this news breaks. Don't view this responsibility as a burden, but as a sacred opportunity to be a voice of understanding in chaotic times. This revelation signals it's time to step into a more mature role as someone who helps others make sense of unsettling developments. The balance between preparing yourself and helping others will become increasingly important. While recognizing the seriousness of what's coming, continue strengthening your spiritual foundation through prayer, meditation, and community. These disciplines will keep you centered when others are destabilized by shocking revelations. You're being invited to become more than just informed, but someone who helps create islands of peace and clarity. Your calm understanding will become a sanctuary for others who are overwhelmed by what's unfolding. As you prepare for this shocking news, consider how you'll help others who will be caught unprepared. Your foreknowledge creates responsibility to be a steady presence when public reaction turns to confusion or panic. Heaven is positioning prepared individuals throughout communities worldwide to serve this purpose. Your story of receiving advance insight will bring hope to people struggling to make sense of dramatic revelations. Your awareness becomes light that helps others find their way through the disorientation that follows world-changing news. This preparation isn't meant to be a private advantage. It's an invitation to build community resilience. Divine wisdom often works through those who receive early warning to help stabilize others when foundations shake. Your awareness serves as both personal protection and community resource. When you share how you were prepared in advance, others learn that larger spiritual forces are at work even in unsettling revelations. What's coming will create natural bonds between those who understand its true significance versus its surface appearance. As you wait for this shocking news to break, stay consistently alert for the signs that will confirm its approach. Maintain the spiritual awareness that brought you to this information in the first place. Guard against returning to complacency or distraction that might make you miss the early indicators when they appear. Let your preparedness flow from genuine spiritual insight rather than fear or speculation. With your growing ability to discern truth comes responsibility to separate authentic developments from distractions. Use this discernment wisely to filter through the noise that often precedes major revelations. Watch for sudden shifts in mainstream narratives, unexpected admissions from official sources, or coordinated messaging across different platforms. These often signal that controlled disclosure is beginning. Pay attention to timing. Significant news often emerges during major holidays or alongside other distracting events. Embrace this watchful period with both seriousness and hope. The revelation coming isn't just about troubling truths. It ultimately serves a greater awakening that leads to positive transformation for those who are prepared. Picture yourself navigating the aftermath of this revelation with clarity and purpose while others struggle with shock and confusion. Imagine having the words to explain these developments to worried friends and family because you understood the bigger picture in advance. This preparation positions you as a steady guide during uncertain times. This is truly your moment to demonstrate spiritual maturity by responding with wisdom rather than reaction. This marks the beginning of a time when your perception, understanding, and inner peace will prove more valuable than ever before. The days following this news will divide people between those who crumble under its implications and those who find deeper meaning within it. Accept this advanced awareness with gratitude, and remember that you're surrounded by divine support through this unfolding revelation. The path ahead holds opportunities to provide genuine understanding when misleading explanations abound. What peace comes from navigating major shifts with spiritual preparation instead of blind panic? If this message about coming revelations has awakened something in your spirit, please consider blessing our channel with a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or whatever amount feels right to you. Your support creates a beautiful spiritual exchange and allows us to continue these important warnings. Your generosity helps fund our mission to prepare others before these events unfold. If you're committed to staying alert for this coming news, type 555 in the comments below as your declaration of watchful awareness. The journey of preparation continues beyond this warning. As you move forward with this knowledge, stay grounded in spiritual practices that keep your discernment sharp and your heart peaceful. Every person you help prepare strengthens our collective resilience for what's coming. Your growing awareness serves as quiet inspiration for others, sensing that something significant approaches. Move forward with a watchful mind, a calm heart and a ready spirit. Create conversation spaces where deeper truths can be discussed when public discourse becomes chaotic after this news breaks. The spiritual discipline of preparedness has always been valued by those who understand how revelation unfolds in human history. By choosing to pay attention now, you join a tradition of spiritually attuned individuals who have helped others navigate major transitions throughout time. Remember that while this revelation may initially bring shock, it ultimately serves a greater awakening. Stay focused on the larger purpose behind difficult truths and trust the divine timing of what's about to unfold.